Hello and welcome to the MENA Golf Tour Highlights Show. We're in Muscat for the second week on the trot. The Golf Gala continues in the capital with the Ghala Open. Located by the main expressway in Muscat, Ghala Golf Club is a spectacular sight. Built into a natural wadi or dried up riverbed, it follows its course through the stunning setting of the Jar Mountains in the backdrop. As has been the case since hosting its first MENA Golf Tour event in 2013, once again the club was looking forward to showcasing its hospitality for the tour.
We started off as a sort of a humble course, and I think you'll hear it from a lot of people, from a lot of players, but now we're evolving into something of a sort of a classier course, a better standard course. And I think all in all, they're appreciating it. We're learning as we go as well. So they've given us a chance to actually come into that international scene, so to speak. And we've hopefully we've sort of lived up to that. And it's only positive on positive.
The par 72 course stretches to over 7,000 yards. Originally created as a sand course in 1971, Ghala Golf Club opened the first 9 holes of its new grass course in 2010, and the back 9 was completed 2 years later. The club aspires to keep improving and to make this into one of the finest golf destinations in the region.
We've managed to actually get a golf course designer to help us with not just the aesthetic part of the golf course, but the playability of the golf course. To us, it's very critical for the course to be playable, more enjoyable. In that case, we get a lot of satisfaction.
I'm Ted in this car. I'm from Scotland.
My name is Victor Bertrand. I am from Spain.
I'm Cyril Souk. I'm from the Czech Republic.
I'm Tristan Lawrence. I'm from South Africa.
I'm Jamal Alali. I'm from Morocco.
I'm Todd Clements. I'm from England.
I'm Ryan Smith. I'm from Australia.
The popularity of the tour has grown at a rapid pace. With more than 20 different nationalities playing on almost every event this year, it's as cosmopolitan as it gets. The players relish the experience of interacting with golfers from diverse backgrounds. For each of them, the experience is beyond the game.
The different nationality shows the diversion of how many different players you can have, and I'm sure everybody really likes it. That's why we all keep coming back.
You get a lot of cultural differences, so you're not only playing golf, but for me, I'm still learning the way of life, and you're learning how different countries are run, even coming from Dubai to Saudi Arabia, Oman. They're all different in their own ways, and it's been a really good life lesson for myself.
In every single tournament you play with different people. So you can play from people from Australia, people from England, people from anywhere in the world. So I think this tour makes this special, no, because of the atmosphere, that is not just people from one country.
Adding a royal touch to the tour is Ted in his car, the son of Guy in his car, the 10th Duke of Roxburgh. Ted found out about the tour at the Dubai Desert Classic 4 years ago and has been a regular player since 2012. He's seen the tour grow from 6 tournaments in that year to 11 in the current season.
It's wonderful. I mean, the courses are fantastic, the weather's great, the competition's very good, the prize money's brilliant. And it's got good links to the Asian Tour and the Dubai Desert Classic for the guys who do well. So it's a great tour to play on.
A man with a passion for life, Ted aims to make a mark on the golfing circuit. His girlfriend is seen assisting him on the course. That's helped him big time. After failing to make a cut in 5 consecutive tournaments, he's managed to do so in 3 appearances that have followed.
She's amazingly good at reading these greens. I'm very bad at reading the grain on these greens. And that's been the downside to the last 3 tournaments. I've made the cut last 3 tournaments, but I haven't putted well at all. But she reads the greens much better than I do. And so I have to rely almost entirely on what she says, which she loves.
Iniskar got off to a flying start, smoking the front 9 with 4 birdies and finishing at the top of the heap at 5 under with a 67. Stuart Archibald had an impressive day at the office too, with a 3 under 69 for the Englishman. Meanwhile, Golf in Dubai ambassador Faisal Sagini matched that score to jump into contention. Winner of the Golf Citizen Classic, Clark Lutton, hit a 4 under 68 to make his way to the leading group. Luke Joy produced the same return to march into contention. So here's the leaderboard after 2 rounds, 4 strokes separating 9 players, and Clark Lutton had some serious company at the top end of that leaderboard, including Lee Caulfield, the winner of last season's MENA Golf Tour Championship, and Luke Joy with 3 top 10 finishes this season. Welcome back to the MENA Golf Tour. You're watching highlights of the Ghala Open. The German Aaron Lettmanstetter started the day 5 off the pace. This, though, was his 3rd shot at the 3rd, a very good approach indeed, setting up a birdie to move to 3 under par. Luke Joy at the 1st. This was his 2nd shot, and it was something of a disaster on the par 4. He found the canal, and it ended up with a double bogey. Lee Caulfield, meanwhile, at the 3rd, had an eagle putt. He missed that, but he was still able to get birdie to move to 6 under. Max Williams at the 4th, the spectacular 538-yard par 5. A birdie for him there, and he moved to 6 under. Clark Lutton, meanwhile, this was his 3rd shot to the 4th. Very well played indeed. It earned him a birdie, and it gave him the lead by 2. But his pleasure was short-lived, because at the 5th, this happened. A miss, a bogey, very tough green that one, but a dropped shot nonetheless. Luke Joy, his disastrous day continued. A dropped shot for him at the 6th, and that took him back to 2 under par and 4 over for the day. Here was Lutton again at the par 4 7th, and this was his 3rd shot. He'd miscued his approach, and things didn't get any better for him. He was through the back of the green. And even though still very much in contention, sharing the lead with Lee Caulfield, he was 1 over for the day. Caulfield, meanwhile, 1 under. The momentum seemed to be with him at this stage of proceedings. Here's Lee Caulfield then on the 9th, the par 4. This is his 3rd shot. It's a decent sized green, as you can see. And it's a very nice touch indeed by the joint leader. That should earn him par. Clark Lutton now, he took a drop on the 8th when his 2nd shot ended up in the rocks. This is his 4th shot. And he's still to find the green. The hardest hole on the course, and it's living up to that reputation as far as Clark Lutton's concerned. He'll drop at least 1 shot. Sixto Casabona Navarro now with his birdie putt at the 9th. He misses it. And if he taps that one in, he'll be out in 36. Stuart Archibald now from just off the green on the 8th. His 3rd shot at the par 4. Got a birdie here on day 1 and a bogey on day 2. And he'll have that for par. Max Williams now. His 4th shot at the par 4, the 9th from the edge of the green. His 3rd shot from the greenside rough, rolled to that position. So he's going to drop at least 1 shot. Back to Stuart Archibald now. This for par at the 8th. Oh, that's beautifully holed. Struck that one oh so sweetly right to the heart of the hole. He'll be relieved to hold that one. Level par for the day, Archibald now. Here's Lutton, for his double bogey. Well, he gets that, but it's a hole to forget for him. He parred this hole on days 1 and 2. Anything but now. He's 2 behind the leader, Lee Caulfield. Right on cue, here is Caulfield, putting for birdie at the 10th to extend his lead. He was out in 35 with 1 birdie at the par 5 third. He's not going to get another birdie here, but he'll have that for par. Archibald now. His second shot at the 9th. Very nicely played indeed. You can see how strong the wind is there. The flag fluttering very strongly. He'll have that for birdie. Caulfield now with his par putt. And he gets it. So he remains at 6 under and remains in the lead. Stuart Archibald now for birdie at 9. This to join Caulfield at the top of the leaderboard. Oh, and it's just slipped by. Oh, so close, but close isn't quite good enough. Sixto Casabono Navarro now with his second shot at the par 4 11th. And he's on the green. And that's a terrific shot, that really is. He'll have that for birdie. Lutton now for par at the 10th. Oh, and he didn't like it from the moment he struck it. It's going from bad to worse for him. Here's Caulfield to extend his advantage. That hasn't quite dropped. It'll be a par for him though. And he's still ahead of the chasing pack. Doing enough to keep his nose in front. Stuart Archibald now on the 10th, the par 4, for par. Oh, when it's slipped by, that's 2 holes in a row. He's seen putts of that sort of distance not drop. So he's now 2 behind Lee Caulfield, his second drop shot of the day. Birdie putt now for Casabono Navarro at the 11th, par 4, and he gets it. A large but undulating green, so that's a very good birdie indeed for the Spaniard, and now he's just 1 behind Caulfield. Here's Lutton's bogey putt at the 10th. Oh, goodness me. The wheel's really coming off now for Clark Lutton. He was out in 39, and now another 2 dropped shots. He was 8 under par after 4. Now he's 2 under after 10. And that's why Lutton doesn't feature in that leaderboard, which is still topped by Lee Caulfield. But Aaron Letmanstetter, with a run of 3 birdies in 4 holes, has moved to within 1 shot of Caulfield. And also there is Sixto Casabono Navarro. Gabriel Canizares has just birdied the 12th to make him 1 under for the day. Welcome back. You're watching the highlights of the Ghala Open being played in Muscat, Oman. As the 3rd round moved towards a conclusion, Gabriel Canizares here at the 13th had that for birdie, and he got it, his 2nd successive birdie, to leave him 1 off the lead. Stuart Archibald at the 11th also had a birdie putt. And he sank it. He joined the Spaniard also at 5 under. Lee Caulfield with his 3rd shot at the 13th, the par 5. The longest hole on the course. And he very nearly eagled. But he had that tap in for birdie, so he continued his upward momentum. Stuart Archibald with his par putt at the same hole. But he dropped a shot, a bad time to drop a shot. It put him back to 4 under. Here was Sixto Casabono Navarro at the 15th with a birdie putt, which he sunk. It had a double bogey at the 12th, but he moved right back into contention. Josh White, meanwhile, at the 16th. A terrifically paced birdie putt from him, and was he just starting to make a move right at the last minute. Stuart Archibald, meanwhile, at the 14th, had this for par. He missed it. He was never happy with the putt. His second consecutive bogey and his third of the Homewood 9 so far left him at 3 under. So here was the leaderboard as we move towards the conclusion of the Ghala Open. No one seemingly wanting to take the tournament by the scruff of the neck, although the fact that the wind was blowing quite strongly was perhaps one reason for that. Lee Caulfield at the 16th, his third shot at the par 5. Very nicely judged indeed, giving himself an excellent opportunity for birdie. Stuart Archibald on the tee at the par 3 15th, 210 yards, and this after successive dropped shots. Just about on the edge of the green. You can see the way the dust is blowing there. Wind really a very strong factor indeed. Sixto Casabona Navarro with his eagle putt at 16. Oh, so close. No eagle for him, but that should be a birdie. And he's very much in contention, no doubt about that. That takes him to 5 under par. Well played. Stuart Archibald now with a birdie putt right from the edge of the green. Well, he really needed that, didn't he? But he didn't get it. Caulfield now for his birdie opportunity. And he gets it. His third birdie of the round after 3 and 13. No dropped shots for him today. Exemplary golf. He leads by 2. Here's Gabriel Canizares at the last. This for birdie. Nope, it didn't drop. He wanted it to break left and it didn't. Remonstrating with the ball. Stuart Archibald then, his third shot at the 16th, the par 5. He's seen leader Lee Caulfield birdie this hole. And he's given himself an opportunity to do exactly the same. Josh White then, for his birdie at the last. And he didn't quite get the line right there, did he? He misses, but he should tap that in. It'll take him home in 71 if he did. Here's Caulfield now for birdie at 17. Just drifts by. He avoided the bunkers at the front of the green to set up that chance, but he still looks set fair at 8 under. Archibald now for birdie at 16. And he gets it. Follows birdies at 4 and 11, but 4 dropped shots have cost him dear in this round. He moves to 4 under. But you do feel it's a case of what might have been. Here's Caulfield at the last then. And you would think only a total disaster here can deny him the title. His second shot. And he's safely on the green. Nicely played, Lee Caulfield, and he's got that for birdie, which would really crown things off very nicely for him. Archibald now with his second shot at the 17th. He needs to come home birdie really and hope for a Caulfield 3-putt or something worse. Well, he's just off the edge of the green. Not quite good enough, you would say, in these circumstances. Casabona Navarro then. Birdie putt for him at the last, and this for a 70. Oh, and it just doesn't break as he would have wanted. Just stayed top side of the hole. Archibald then needs this to drop. This for birdie at 17. If he doesn't get this, Lee Caulfield will have the title, you would say. Oh, it's gone by. He gave it every opportunity. He wasn't going to die wondering and leave it short. But Caulfield now, you would say, he can start the celebrations. This for a birdie at the last. Oh, goodness me. How on earth has that not dropped? Looks rueful, does Lee Caulfield. But he finishes off with a par, ends up with 69, 8 under par, and surely that is the Ghala Open title for him. Stuart Archibald for par at 17, which he gets. But he's got 4 shots somehow to make up on the last hole on Caulfield. He's not going to do that. Casabona Navarro for par at the last. Oh, goodness me. A 3-putt at the last for him. His 3rd drop shot of the day. He ends up with a 72. It's his highest round of the week. And not an opportune time to shoot it. So here's the leaderboard, and Lee Caulfield assured of the title, you would say. His 2nd top 10 finish of the season after finishing 2nd in the Royal Golf de Anfar Open in Casablanca in April. And all we're waiting for is Stuart Archibald to finish his round to confirm the matter. Here is Archibald then with his 2nd shot at the final hole. Very nice indeed. He's got that for birdie, and if he gets it, that will give him a round of 72. Very relaxed environment around the clubhouse. And here is Archibald for that birdie. And he gets it, and he enjoys it too. A nice finish. But drop shots coming home at 10, 13 and 14 have cost him dear. He finishes at 5 under, 2 on 1 for 3 rounds. And Luke Joy now to wrap things up in this last group. Birdie putt for him, which he gets. But it's been a disastrous and uncharacteristic final round for Luke Joy. 77 for him, and he finishes at 1 under par. Clark Lutton then. He pops in his par putt, another man to card a 77 and really struggle with conditions today. He finishes at 2 under. Case of what might have been for all 3 of those men. So here's confirmation of how we've ended up at the Ghala Open, and Lee Caulfield securing success on a tense final day and picking up $9,000 for his trouble. And the leaderboard, and more pertinently, those scores down the right-hand side of the graphic reflecting the fact that conditions were very tricky indeed over the last 18 holes of this tournament.
It's really good. This year's been a long year. It's my first win of the year, so nice to get that under my belt. And it all helps on the order merit towards finishing top 4.
We'll start with the leading Omani amateur this week, receiving a voucher for the pro shop here at Ghala Golf Club, Azan Al Rumi. In 2014, the MENA Golf Tour introduced the Sheikh Maktoum Golf Foundation Award to recognise the achievement of players from the MENA region. In the amateur division, in a tie for first place, each receiving a voucher in the pro shop for 152 Omani Riyals, both from Morocco, Ayoub Lagrati and Karim El Hali. And in the professionals division, in a tie for first place, each receiving a cheque for 480 Omani Riyals, from Morocco, Faisal Sajini and Mehdi Saisi. Now to the championship prizes. The leading amateur this week from India, Rehan Thomas. And the 2015 Ghala Open champion with scores of 70, 69, 69 for a total of 208, 8 under par, receiving the winner's cheque and the championship trophy from England, Lee Caulfield.
That's all we have then from the Ghala Golf Club, where Lee Caulfield won his 4th MENA Golf Tour title. Until next time, goodbye.